2020 was a tremendous year for Nintendo Switch. I mean, the system was sold out for many months, and Animal Crossing New Horizons set global records. But I think we all still felt that it was sort of lackluster. Whether it was the absence of a tentpole holiday title, general directs going poof, 2021 is a lot more exciting. I think the rumors and leaks are all leading up to that. Common sense tells us that this year just has to be a bigger year in terms of releases, and Nintendo seems primed and ready to deliver on the Zelda anniversary, the Donkey Kong anniversary, and maybe even more. So today I'm bringing you 10 huge Switch games that I think have a real good chance of releasing in 2021. Some already have dates, some have big rumors, and some would change our lives. So let's get straight into it. Let me know in the comments what game you're most excited for in 2021, and we're gonna get the big kahuna out of the ocean right away. Breath of the Wild 2. Some people think it won't be ready this year, but I really think it will. The primary reason is because Nintendo does not like to show projects until they are much closer to release. Now you say Metroid Prime 4, Zach, what you talking about? That's the anomaly. And I think after that, and they had to issue an apology, they made an... Think about what we can't get people in the public sphere to apologize for today, like horrible acts, and yet Nintendo's out here like, we're so sorry, Metroid Prime. So I think after that, they know that like, hey, they need to release the game. So Breath of the Wild 2 shown off a while back. It's the 35th anniversary of Zelda. I believe that game hits this year. Not sure where it falls. Maybe it's tied to a Switch Pro, maybe it's not, but I hope that this game brings co-op and dungeon diving. I think that would be the big two additions that would make Breath of the Wild 2 really feel like a sequel. If you could play it with friends, and if they brought some of the linear, tried and true Zelda dungeons back. The Divine Beasts are mystical and quite majestic, but they don't bear the same puzzle sleuthing as some of the old dungeons. So I hope we have a little bit of a mix of new and old, and I love to see the combat get a little bit more dynamic. Immortals Phoenix Rising showed us what a Breath of the Wild type title can do with a little bit more involved combat, and I'd love to see Nintendo borrow a bit. But if I had to peg it, I'm gonna say Breath of the Wild 2 hits in September. Nintendo likes that slot for Zelda. They love that slot for a new hardware iteration, and it would be the perfect title to sync up with a Switch Pro. That Owlet chip, it's been found in the firmware. It seems more likely than ever before. Now, where there's Zelda, there's usually Mario, and I don't believe we're going to get a big 3D Mario game this year, at least a new one, because of something releasing in February, but it's high time for a Mario Sports release. Tennis Aces was super fun, and they really expanded that roster and propelled it into online tournament play, so why not bring another Mario Sports game to the Switch? It feels inevitable, and as much as I'd love for it to be Strikers, that soccer game was so good. Both of them, GameCube and Wii, so much fun. Seeing Waluigi get decked out and angry, and seeing the Kremlings team up with the Toads, wow. Plus, Nintendo bought Next Level Games, so you have to imagine they're working on something pretty sweet, but I think the better bet is on Mario Golf. Nintendo loves the golf franchise. It's one that has got a lot of love in the past across many different platforms. And while you might say, bleh, I don't like golf, hey, Mario Golf makes golf fun. I remember playing Mario Golf 64 with my family way back in the day. Jake was a little tyke. My dad was fun back then, and we actually had so many memories of battles. Another title that I'm so pumped for is Hollow Knight Silksong, and this one is assuredly coming and soon. In fact, I wouldn't be surprised if the next Direct has a big segment on Team Cherry's new indie release. It's an indie title, so interesting that it made my list, but this one is so anticipated. And based on the Edge cover story, it sounds like they're really expanding the game from what was already a pretty big experience. Hollow Knight just has this vibe. It's evocative. It's like Bug's Life meets Shakespeare, right? It's dark, kind of like if Guillermo del Toro directed the Pixar flick instead of the fun folks over there on the West Coast. I love what this game is pushing. Now, Mario Kart 9, you might say, Zach, this is a pipe dream, but it's not, and here's why. There were rumors at the end of last year from trusted sources like Bergaben, one of the people who predicted many of the Smash Bros. Ultimate original roster characters that you didn't think were quite possible. He knew about him, and he was talking about Mario Kart 9 was actually shifted out of a fall 2020 release because of COVID and the impact of development during the pandemic year. Now, we still got a pandemic, but if Mario Kart 9 was anywhere near close, I think it has to happen in 2021. Now, the evidence against is Mario Kart Home Tour, but Nintendo has said that they view Home Tour as much more of a extra, an accessory, kind of like Labo, than a tried and true game. I don't think that thing ever sizzled to the level where it would step on the toes of an MK9, but I feel like Mario Kart 9, we're ready for it. This generation deserves a true Mario Kart, and Nintendo needs a big multiplayer title. Look, if the year is focused on games like Bravely Default 2, and it's focused on Breath of the Wild 2, and even though Mario Golf would be small-time multiplayer, we need a big-time multiplayer game. And some may say that Super Mario Party 2 could be that title, but I think instead it will be Mario Kart 9, and they know that thing will just print money. Imagine a Mario Kart that brings in so many characters from Nintendo's famed franchises, and especially focused on the Switch. I mean, we're talking drivable twin tail. That booty will be in a kart seat, and you probably won't see it because Nintendo's not like that, but you'll know that you're driving it, and I'm sure some of you will get a special sort of sick satisfaction out of that. But we're talking more Splatoon inclusion. We're talking more Breath of the Wild inclusion. I mean, I'm talking champions from the game, right? I want to see Mifa delivering her grace in a cart to Rosalina on Bowser's New Castle. Plus, remember that Super Nintendo World is opening in February in Japan, and they are very excited about that real-world realization of Miyamoto's magic. So the emphasis there is on Mario Kart. What perfect way to just get this year really revving up than with a new MK. But we know that No More Heroes 3 is releasing, and I think this game will actually be a ton of fun. The first game, very quirky. The second game's still quirky, but gained more buzz, and then they released the odd Switch version that at one point I was incredibly excited for. Then it became a top-down tango, and it was okay, but NMH3 is the boss rush I believe in. These games are fantastic in terms of their visceral, intense combat. It's like Dragon Ball Z meets Star Wars. Oh, now you're interested. Okay, it's very Japanese. Suda's a little bit psychotic. There will probably be some strange sexuality explored in the game, but I'm excited to see what they've done with No More Heroes 3. It's in theory been in development for quite some time, and it probably won't feel huge, but I'm curious to see how and if they expand upon the very traditional boss rush path, or if they just continue to deliver really epic action. I'm all for that. I hope it controls and plays well on Switch, and I'm eager to see when it releases. I'm expecting a first half of the year launch for that title. It just feels like it's ready. Suda showed it off recently. We got a new trailer. They released No More Heroes 1 and 2 back in the fall, and when you do that, it seems like the new game is probably close. Well, another game that I hope is close, and recent rumors have really been heating up, is a new Donkey Kong. Yes, it's the 40th anniversary of the Big Ape, the tie-doting ape, and he has 3 adventures on the Nintendo Switch Online service. They put DKC 1, 2, and 3 on there, and I love them, but a new title would be epic. We did get Tropical Freeze on the Switch, but that's a port from the Wii U, so it counts as much as Mario Kart 8 counts, meaning I think we can get a new one. And supposedly a Nintendo team, a young team, is hard at work on a DK game, and supposedly it's nearly ready. Now, I would be just smitten if they went back to the 3D stylings of Donkey Kong 64. I'm saying bring back Tiny, bring back Lanky, and Chunky Kong 2, deliver us a really big adventure that evolves the DK formula in the same way that Odyssey took Mario to bigger heights and diverse locations. Do it for Donkey. He deserves it. He was the first guy on top of the castle, maybe on top of the girders, the skyscraper, but it's a castle for some CEOs, and I want to see him really take it to new heights. But the rumor is that it's a 2D game, continuing sort of what Donkey Kong Returns began. Now, that's still exciting because they did platformers possibly better than Mario has as of late in the 2D space, but I'm down for it. Bring it soon. Okay, Mario, we'll give you your moment. Super Mario 3D World plus Bowser's Fury is coming February 12th, and yes, it's going to be amazing. We don't know yet what Bowser's Fury is to be, but it seems like it is a new collection of levels and or an open environment a la Mario Odyssey with an emphasis on Cat Mario, but I have also hypothesized maybe Bowser's Fury refers to a playable Bowser. Unlikely, but Bowser was kind of playable at the end of Odyssey, so if they were able to incorporate that moveset, chef's kiss. Splatoon. 2021 seems like a recreation of 2017. I've heard it from people, and it seems like it is going to pan out. Mario, Zelda, Splatoon. Will they bring a spin-off, as we've heard discussed, or will it be a true sequel? Well, it's been enough time for a true sequel. 4 years. That's a lot of time, right? If we get a summer of Splat, I'm ready for it. They ran the Splat Fests up to the first quarter of this year. Is there a reason for it? Are they just tired? Are they ready to shut off the servers? No, I think it's because there's a new game being prepped and ready. What does a Splatoon 3 look like to you? Well, to me, it looks like a game with a very creative, hip, trendy world, awesome multiplayer, but really good single player. And I hope the Octo expansion taught people that Splatoon is a great game solo and with friends. Plus, I think they can iterate on Salmon Run and deliver a better co-op experience to really make this the trifecta. We talked about big multiplayer games. Mario Kart and Splatoon would really help surge those Nintendo Switch online subscriptions. And if you're going to deliver a Switch Pro, you know, it's like you got to do like the single player like Zelda, and then I think you got to do a big multiplayer like Mario Kart or Splatoon, and we would be in heaven if we got all of the above. Yes, it's the Zelda anniversary. Yes, it's DK, but it's Pokemon's 25th as well. And I'm predicting 2 titles from the Game Freaks this year. One will probably be a remake, probably a continuation of the Let's Go franchise, which has the cutest, coolest art I've ever seen for Pokemon. I still maintain that even after Sword and Shield, I love the look of Let's Go Pikachu and Let's Go Eevee. I'm sure we'll get some sort of Let's Go Riolu, a Diamond Pearl remake, but the game I'm more interested in and one that I'm excited for is new Pokemon Snap, or Pokemon Snap 2, whatever they end up calling it. I think that can be really great. Now, how do they make Pokemon Snap a $60 value in 2021? That is where the excitement lies. What do they do to expand upon the idea? The photography simulator on wheels was pretty darn cool. It felt like a Disney World attraction in the world of Pokemon, but what do they do to make it better? Very eager to see this game, one that was revealed a long time ago but still has no release date. I feel like this is pegged as another summer type of title to give it the space between the inevitable November release of the Pokemon Diamond and Pearl remakes. Now, the last game on our list is Monster Hunter Rise, and you can probably play the demo of this game right now on your Switch, and I highly suggest you do so. Give it a chance. Even if you're not an MH fan, they've done things to open these games up to be more accessible and to be exciting. They are cooperative adventures or solo times with big, huge monsters. And I can't tell you enough how fun it is to fight and track and trace and eventually take down these massive beasts. And it looks so good. It's pushing the visuals and the scope of the traditional Switch game, and maybe it's a title that does end up taking advantage of the Switch Pro, but right now it looks really great. The variety is on full display. There's wyvern riding, there's cooperative action and online play, as I mentioned, and the new beasts are kind of terrifying. Monster Hunter is a massive franchise. And with the onset of World on PlayStation and Xbox, I think more players than ever are eager for this game, and we get it exclusively on Switch. That's a huge deal. It's not being said enough how big of a game this is, and it's Q1, March. Bowser's Fury, Bravely Default, Monster Hunter Rise. That's a killer first 3 months for Nintendo, and I feel like nobody's realized it yet. So as long as they're able to bring in even a half of my list, it's going to be a great 2021, but I really think all these games have a great chance. I'm super excited for the year and to share it all with you. So let me know what Switch game you're most excited for in 2021 in the comments down below. Stay safe, stay healthy, stay smart out there. Hope you had fun with the video. Hope you're excited for the year. Smash that like button, and until next time, everybody, thanks so much for watching. Have a fantastic rest of your day. SwitchForce out.